everybody, my name is Eric Hopkins and welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're finding me for the very first time, please hit that like and subscribe button. Anything you guys can do to help me, it would be greatly appreciated, and everything is definitely, very much appreciated. I don't know what else to say. I'm kind of overwhelmed today because yesterday, everybody, tuned into my Indianapolis Colts video when I discussed the possibility of Julio Jones possibly being traded to the team from the Atlanta Falcons. And that video did so well. I gained 30 subscribers overnight, basically. And I cannot express to you enough how much that I appreciate that. And I hope you guys will continue to watch all my videos moving forward. And hopefully we can continue to expand the fan base here and the audience as we move forward. But today, I want to discuss a story that came out this week in regards to Margot Robbie and her DC character Harley Quinn, and she's finally come out and discussed the possible Poison Ivy team-up film that they may end up doing here. But here's what she had to say about it. This comes to us from Cinema Blend. Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn has had one of the most intriguing big screen runs of a DC character ever. She started on David Ayer's Suicide Squad and has since weaved her way into Kathy Yan's Birds of Prey film, which is a film I thought was just okay. It wasn't the best outing for DC ever. But you can say that about a lot of DC films nowadays, unfortunately. Hopefully they will get better. James Gunn's upcoming vision of Task Force X, also with the Suicide Squad being the second iteration, the sequel in that series. So that would be 3 films that Harley Quinn has been in. It's safe to say the DCEU likes Harley Quinn being around. But when will she finally cross paths with Poison Ivy? The characters were first paired together in the Batman the Animated Series back in 1993 before enjoying a romance between the pages of comic books and on the animated TV series starring Kaylee Cuoco from The Big Bang Theory. And if you've not seen that Harley Quinn animated show on HBO Max now, it was on DC Universe for a while, but now they moved it over to HBO Max. Definitely check it out. Remember, it's not for children. It is definitely of the more adult variety, so definitely go check it out, though. It's a great show with a lot of good storytelling. It's about time Margot Robbie's character, though, got hit by the love bug with Poison Ivy following her breakup from the Joker, don't you think? Here's what Margot Robbie had to say. Trust me, she says, I chew their ear off about it all the time. They must be sick of hearing it. But I'm like, Poison Ivy, come on, let's do it. I'm very keen to see a Harley Quinn, Poison Ivy relationship on screen. It would be so fun. So I'll keep pestering them. Don't you guys worry. So it's nice to see that Margot Robbie is championing this version of her character up to Warner Brothers and all the DC execs and all things like that in the film franchise. So regardless of whether or not you like Margot Robbie's interpretation of the character, you got to admire her passion for it. And I think regardless of whether you care for the Suicide Squad or Birds of Prey or the original Suicide Squad movie directed by David Ayer, which admittedly was butchered by the studio, kind of like Zack Snyder's Justice League was, I think what Margot Robbie is doing with the Harley Quinn character herself has actually been very good. I think that she has embraced the role. She's kind of owned it by this point, and everything she's doing with it has been very good. Some of the movies she's been in has not been the best written or things like that, but what she's doing with the character is good. And I have high hopes for the Suicide Squad, directed by James Gunn in August of this year, which is not too far off, by the way. We're going to see another film involving Harley Quinn. But in regards to the Poison Ivy stuff, I mean, obviously there's precedent in the comics and other shows and media that, maybe we'll get to see this in live action. I mean, obviously it does stand to reason after she broke up with the Joker, and we're probably not going to get any more Jared Leto Joker after the Zack Snyder Justice League, because obviously they're not going to be following up on the Zack Snyder Justice League's Snyderverse, as you would put it. Although I would like to see more of that, absolutely, even though I know where it goes pretty much basically after reading his storyboards. But apparently DC has other plans, and if she's not going to be with Joker anymore, it stands to reason to kind of move her to another relationship at some point, because Birds of Prey definitely dealt with the fact of Harley getting over Joker and becoming her own woman. So it'd be interesting to see what they do with a Poison Ivy romance. So I think it could be an intriguing place to go with it. Obviously, a lot hinges on DC when it comes to their singular universe that they're trying to get established, I think, here, and get corrected and to get back on track and course correct after some of the mistakes and stuff they've made in the past. And the big key to that is going to be the Flash film in 2022 that's going to have, going back in time and alternating, certain events. And of course, it's going to lead to big changes. If the comic book storyline Flashpoint, it's going to be loosely adapted on that. They said they're not going to fully adapt it because I think the TV show of the Flash did a pretty good job job of doing that anyway, so they're going to try something a little different, I think. They're going to have Ben Affleck's Batman, Michael Keaton's going to return as Batman, and we're going to have all sorts of other characters, I think, from the Justice League maybe showing up as well to kind of tie things together and get things back on a correct path, hopefully, for the DCEU. But yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to this. Hopefully, Margot Robbie will continue to champion this idea, and we'll eventually get it going down the road here with DC's new plan. But what do you guys think about DC in general, about the idea of Margot Robbie teaming up with Poison Ivy in a future film as Harley Quinn? Comment down below, hit that like and subscribe button, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you get all the notifications about when I put up new content on my channel. And until my next video, guys, take care. We about to turn it on.